This is All Hitches, the Nova Football Podcast.
Yo, tune in, lock in, it's the All Hitches show. Dash and Dan on the mic, let the Nova tales flow. From the booth to the field, we hitch up the truth. All Hitches podcast, drop the beat, here's the proof. Dash and Dan in the cut, bringing heat to the game.
All right, welcome back to All Hitches, Nova's #1 football podcast. Coach Mesa, how you doing, buddy?
Yo, I'm doing all right. I mean, we're here. We are here. We are. The preseason games are ready to go. I mean, here we go, right?
Yeah, this is it. The last of the preseason shows.
Yeah, last of previews. Next time you see us, we'll be talking about actual football being played.
Yeah, we're going to try and do a live show on kind of a dry run through on Friday.
Yeah.
Of some of there's a few scrimmages on Friday. We'll try and go to live to a couple of them on the old Friday night show, for at least for a little while, and then just a dry run, and then, like you said, the next week comes out the preview show will come out on Sunday, and then the other show, the highlight show, will come out.
Yeah, here we go with games of the week, right? Like we're getting,
we're here already, and it could be, like you said earlier, it could be as many as 8. We're still looking at the docket.
Yeah. I mean, we got a lot of games to talk about.
Could be a bunch.
Yeah.
There's that, and then before we get into some of the other stuff, we're going to have a link for people to subscribe to NFHS this season.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be putting that link out. So we got a lot of things happening. Let's get to the top because you got a website to talk about.
Yeah, so we got a brand new website on there. We're going to have the standings put on there. We have all the links to all the shows on there. We're going to have the articles. Carl's going to have his own little thing right there. A ton of stuff on there. We'll be talking about the way to become player of the week on there as well. Right. I mean,
a lot of good stuff, a lot of good links.
And then a link is going to be to our Discord that we've made. That we currently, it looks like we may get to. I'm hoping we get to 100 people in the community. But there's a lot of good talking going on over there, right? It's really exciting. On there we've got a game day link. We have a general Nova talk. We have off topic. Just a really good way to communicate, talk about the podcast. Really a way, and we have a lot of people interacting with us as well. And
what's the and we have it on our socials, but what's the website for people who are listening to the first time?
Oh, it's allhitchespod.com. Allhitchespod.com.
Easy. Allhitchespod.com.
Yeah.
Easy as pie.
Yeah.
Well, we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We're getting there little by little. What do you think? Should we give a prize out if we ever get to that?
So we are currently trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, we are going to give away a autograph Roquan Smith jersey right there with the autograph and the inscription. Beckett certified on there. So when we get to 1,000, so a few things you have to do. One, you have to like and subscribe. You also have to make sure your subscription is public. And once you do that, once we get to 1,000, we are going to give away that Roquan Smith jersey. You can hang it, you can frame it. If you hate the Ravens, you can burn it. You do whatever you want with it, right?
Well, I got a question for you.
Okay.
What if we get to 1,100?
If we get to 1,100, so we have one middle backer, right? He's pretty good. He's a pretty good backer.
Yeah.
But what if we gave you a Hall of Fame middle backer? Give yourself a nice little autographed Samurai Mike. Little Mike Singletary right there. Again, that is JSA certified. A little Singletary right there. If we get to 1,100, we'll give away a Hall of Famer right there.
Mike Singletary, captain of the 85 Bears.
Captain of the 85 Bears. So, we are.
People still talk. Is there 72 Dolphins? I think the older we get, the less people talk about that.
Yeah.
But it's still at the standard, right? People talk about great. You still hear, right? You still hear people say 85 Bears, 85 Bears.
Right. I mean, one of the greatest defenses of all time, right?
Yeah.
Of all time. Good old Buddy Ryan and good old Dicka. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing.
That is amazing. So that's good stuff, man. Lots happening. Exciting time to be a fan of high school football right now in Nova.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of exciting times we went over the last 2 weeks. We've been through Patriot and Liberty and Concord and National and Cedar Run and Card. We've done it all, my friend.
Mm.
All of Nova 6A.
Yeah.
But now, with a little twist, right? We said, hey, we sent out, we being the good men that we are, we sent out our coaches' questionnaires to programs throughout Louden.
Yes, we did. And private schools as well.
And private schools throughout Nova.
Yeah.
And didn't get as many responses as we would have hoped. Some actually responded to us and said they'll get it to us, and they never did. They never got our information back to us, unfortunately.
It's busy time. It's a busy time of year, and we get it. But and I know
busy time of year.
I know sometimes we don't cover them as much as as they would like, but we definitely and if especially we get towards the end, we get to next season, and just make sure you reach out to us, and we will cover you as best as we can. And there's a few schools out there that we don't cover a ton, but always make sure they return the questionnaires and are big fans of the show. And so we try to make sure we're going to give them some love as well during the year.
Right. And I only say that because we want to cover these teams, and that's why we hope to get the stuff back. We know that if we didn't get it back, we know it's because coaches were busy and just a crazy time of year in late July and early August and all that stuff. It happens. And who knows? Maybe some of them we might have sent to some an email that was now defunct.
Right.
Sometimes you go on social media and it's an old account. So maybe some of them we didn't even send to the right email. You never know. But we tried. So what we're going to do today is what we have, and we are excited. And just to go down the list of who we're covering today, because that people are going to be excited. We're gonna start off with Meridian, right in the heart of Nova, right?
Yeah.
We got Meridian. Just to kind of go down the list a lot, and then we're gonna head out to Loudon, right? And we've got Loudoun Valley, we got Loudoun County, we got Woodgrove, we got Stonebridge. I mean, talk about powerhouses, buddy. We got Briar Woods, powerhouses, and then we come back, a couple private school programs. We've got Bishop O'Connell in Arlington, and then for saving a national team for last, we have the St. James Academy, buddy.
Yeah.
So very exciting show today. Let's get to it, my man. A program that is very close by to us here in Central Nova, Meridian.
Yeah, they are a Fairfax school, right? They're a Fairfax County school.
Falls Church City, but it's Fairfax County.
Fairfax County, for sure.
It is. It's a weird thing, right? The Falls Church City, dynamic there. They're their own entity. They are not part of Fairfax County Public Schools. They do their own thing, and they have the one high school, and very nice, everything, nice facilities, nice community. Let's get to it, Mason. Meridian High School. Yeah,
so PJ Anderson is going to his 5th season there with Meridian. Last year they went 5-5. He has co-offensive coordinators, both himself and Richard Bowen. Bowen's coming; he's 3rd year on staff, but this will be his 1st year helping to call the offense, serving as a pass game coordinator. Now, they've been double wing for a long time, so I'm curious if they're going to be kind of rebranding out as well. Their defensive coordinator is Adam Amarine, and it's his 28th year on the staff, which is amazing. And their special team coordinator is CJ Demers as well. On offense, they have 4 stars returning on offense and 5 on defense. Some of the best returns they have coming back is Keaton Grace, Jetson Fitzpatrick, Abe Ellis, Evan Englehart, and Sebastian Ron Corini. Patrick Sully is a major comeback player to watch. He started 4 games as a sophomore, and he ended up having a really bad injury and breaking his leg. But he's had a really good offseason, according to the staff, and they're looking for really big things for him. Their JV team won their district, and they're all moving up, which is good. All right. Coach Anderson thought it's one of the best JV teams he's had in a while. Luke Michike and Ryan Flanagan are the 2 who are going to be looking to kind of take over that quarterback as well.
Look, it's a tough team. They know who they are. They know what they do. And it's proof of that, because you and I have seen them a lot over the years at 7-on-7s. Mesa, when they're at 7-on-7s, how do they run their offense? What do they run?
I mean, they run the double wing. And you know what?
They want to master what they do.
The one thing I like about them is that they're going to play the game. They don't try to jazz up and play something different for 7-on-7 to win 7-on-7, right? Get good at things you're going to get good at. And I think that's a credit to that coach. So I think them running that offense. Now they are going to run some RPO stuff. Maybe the quarterbacks they have, they feel a little more confident in. It sounds like they got a quarterback battle. They're going to try to branch out. But that double wing is tough to prepare for. Defensively, they're using a 3-3 stack. Just trying to play fast and aggressive as well. This year, what they really want to do is they want to host a playoff game. That's really kind of where the goal is at this. And you know what, the other thing I like about that coaching staff is let's have realistic goals, right?
Yeah.
You know, you went 5-5. Let's make that next step. Everyone's, of course, ultimate goal is to win a state title. But I think sometimes, coach, you got to have realistic goals and being like, let's climb the ladder, right? You can't you got to walk before you run. And I think that's something that's really big.
And you know, the atmosphere there can be really cool for a playoff game. I think it'll be awesome if they get it. You know, the smoke and coming out of the locker room, all that stuff. It's going to be awesome. They used to have a Long John Silver's across the street back in the day. You know, I love a good Long John Silver, but you don't see them too much anymore. It's a fun place right there in the heart of kind of in between, like for Falls Church and I guess kind of McLean, Vienna-ish, all that area over there. But yeah, it'll be a cool area to host a playoff game. I think it'll be fun. Now let's talk about the kind of teams that they be playing against in playoffs or to get to the playoffs, I should say. So they've got in their conference there, they got Kettle Run, they got Handley, Skyline in front of the show there, Mason.
Yes.
Sharando, Liberty, James Wood, tough school, Brentfield, tough district, Meridian. Obviously, we're talking about them. Millbrook, Warren County, Manassas Park, and then Fauquier. So that's kind of big.
Right.
Big group.
They're playing up. They're going to play a 6A team in Annandale. They're also going to play Annandale this year.
Oh yeah. So looking at their schedule, if you look at last year's schedule, you know, playoff team, right? They're a playoff team. They were on the road, far ride to get the Skyline though, right?
Yeah. That's the tough thing about being a 3A team, right? There's no teams around you. I mean, when you got to travel, you got to travel. But
last year they had the big win against Justice. Lost to Kettle Run. Kettle Run ended up having a great season. They had a big win against Annandale. I mean, Meridian's no joke, Mesa.
Yeah, and that double wing's hard to prepare for, man. That
Right.
I think they're rolling, and all of a sudden, you know, it's
close loss to Millbrook, beat Fauquier, big. Lost to James Wood in a close game. I mean, relatively close game. Lost to Brentsville, relatively close game. Beat Warren County, big. Lost to Skyline in a barn burner. And beat Manassas Park. That was a forfeit for Manassas Park. And then the playoffs, and they had to on the road to Skyline. Meridian's a fun team and a fun team to root for.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that style of play, and I think, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? They play smart, right? They know what they have. They're not gonna try out and go and run, you know, 5 wide, and they know who they are, right? They know who they are. They're gonna run that offense. That's best for their kids, right?
Yep. No, I agree. Good stuff, man. We're rooting for them all year. We're big Meridian fans, and I'll tell you what, a little shout out. I mean, you know, Coach Anderson, right? DSA and coach.
Yeah.
And another guy, former DSA and coach over there, the incomparable friend of ours, friend of the show, Tom Horn.
Yeah. Tom Horn probably wearing his Meridian ball cap on Friday nights.
That's right. Tom Horn rooting for him.
Yeah.
When he's not rooting for Fairfax County teams.
Yeah.
So good stuff. All right, buddy. Well, let's move on. We're going to move out to Loudon, Mesa, but we're going to keep it in this conference. How fun is that? We're going to keep it let's go to Loudoun Valley.
Yeah. So Loudon Valley, David Bishop's in his 8th season as the head coach. Last year they went 10-2. Their JV team went 9-0. Their freshman team went 9-1. The program wise, 28-1. I mean, that's pretty well, right?
Good program, man.
They're in Division 4. They're in 4A ball in the Dulles district. Nick Valentine is offensive coordinator. Choppy Burke is their defensive coordinator.
I'd say, by the way, what a great name for a defensive coordinator.
Choppy, Coach Choppy.
I love it.
It's like Coach. You know why? Because it sounds like Coach Wally. That's why.
Yeah, it does sound like Wally Riggendorf.
Yeah. Some of the top returns they have coming back is Ethan LaFollette. And I remember hearing his name. I remember him being pretty good. Adam Oliver.
LaFollette's a stud.
Yeah. Zach Detweiler, Braden Mandachak. And some of the guys they have coming up that they think are going to be able to help them out or you know, take on bigger roles for them. Guys like Hudson Bolton, Finn Bradley, JJ Ryan, and Max Kurtz. And then a couple new guys who are new to the scene, probably taking the first varsity reps are going to be guys like Braden Reeder and Tyson Hartley.
I mean, they're a tough team, man. Tough team. Their entire backfield returns, quarterback,
Yeah,
running back,
big.
fullback.
Well, I think a theme, right? We talked about is like if you have your quarterback coming back, like that's really good for you, right? That's really good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, and you being a quarterback dad, the jump that your son made, right, from year one to year two, saw the field better, was able to process things faster. I mean, just that first year can kind of be shell shocked the first few games. And you and then you have the whole offseason to kind of build through. I think that's as well.
Mason, to bring those three back off a team that was great last year,
Yeah.
and then they're bringing linemen back and everything else. Oof, man, good luck.
Yeah. So this year, they want to kind of finish what they started, right? What they're looking for is a state championship. I think you do that well, you do as well as you did last season. You gotta climb back up that mountain. But I do think that I think that they really have a good chance of that as well, especially with I think program wide, right? They all not suffered. I'm sorry, they all had great success. So I mean, the expectation, right, is to win. If you're a dominant, and I think a key thing is the freshmen dominating, right?
Yeah.
Because the JV sometimes it's weird playing at school. You're playing, playing up down, but your freshmen are playing your best freshman against the other team's best freshman for the most part, and it kind of shows that your class is really good, and that really bodes well for them, right?
Yeah, no, it does. It does. And then how about that attacking? You love 34 defense, don't you?
Yeah, the good old odd front, attacking multiple levels. I think can be exciting. Now what's really about Lafayette? Lafayette, am I saying? I'm not saying that right?
No, I think you're saying it right, Lafayette. Yeah.
He's on pace to possibly break the program's career rushing record.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Zach Detweiler is also on pace to break the pass record. Can you imagine it's like having Aikman and Emmett, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
It is. They got Aikman, Emmett, and Moose Johnston coming back.
And coming back. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Cool atmosphere. I think I've heard Carl talk about the atmosphere here. He loved it. The players run through the tunnel. They got the jungle, right, going wild. They got the LED. Everyone's getting the LED now. It's pretty cool, man. Yeah. Light show.
Yeah. But I think coming back to 13 starters to add, and you're reinforcing, right? So like you're at 13 stars and you have Laurel's Deville, you have 13 stars and like the reinforcements are coming as well, right?
Yes.
So I mean, they're going to be deep. The one question mark they had right now is linebacker. I'm sure they're trying to sort that out, but I mean when you're that pretty good, man. I mean
yeah. I mean it's going to be there could be problems for people, right? It could be major problems for people.
Right.
So looking at their schedule last year, I mean we know they were gangbusters, man. They beat Millbrook early in the season. Beat Musselman, close game against Musselman. They got to watch out for them. Heritage, they dominated. They big win over Dominion, big win over Tone Falls. Loudoun County and them is always they lost that one. That could be a fun rematch, Mason. A little rivalry. The Battle of Loudoun, right?
The Battle of Louden.
It really is. Broad Run, they had the big win over. Rockbridge had the big win over. Tuscarora, they had a big win over. That's a serious win.
Yeah.
They had the big one over Woodgrove. I mean, they beat everyone. Then they saw Woodgrove in the playoffs, and they beat them by 10, and then they lost in the rematch of the Battle of Loudon, 28-14. So, I mean, this team is primed to go back, Mason.
Yeah, no, I think big things are ahead of them.
I did too. All right, buddy. Well, we just spoke about them, so let's hop over. And let's talk about Loudoun County High School. Yeah,
so Matt Redenbaugh, I think I'm correctly. He's been the head coach here since 2021. They're coming off a 12-2 season, and they end up being the state runner-up, being the state runner-up. Big thing. He is also the offensive coordinator. The defensive coordinator is Brian Smelser. Another good name, right?
Yeah, it's a good name.
And their special teams coordinator is Mike Mitchell. They have 6 returning on offense and 4 on defense. Some of their top one is Harrison Webb, O-line and D-line, Jackson Patterson, wide receiver DB. Now, I always think when you start going to the 5A, 4As, you start seeing a lot more because of the size of school, right? You see a lot more 2A guys, right?
Yeah.
Lincoln Segerston, linebacker and tight end, Dominic Gadwell, linebacker and wide receiver. They were all 4 of them were all region, and Segerston was first team all state. And they're looking to kind of lead their team off there as well. Some of the guys they have expecting to come back and kind of contribute, or just bigger contributions than they did last year. Brett Gattle, Landon Kibble, He was injured last year, so they expect him to kind of come back. Chris Chin and Jared Campbell are also coming in the football program after being basketball players, players kind of coming out. And I think sometimes when you have a season like they had last year, a lot more kids want to play, right?
You win.
Unlike when you're struggling and kids are like, I don't know if I want to be part of that. When you're winning, they're like, oh, I like that winning stuff. I want to do that. And you have a good season, and guys want to come back out.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is. You're winning, and everybody wants to join, right?
Yeah.
People always complain, and probably we've talked about this before. Basketball is the one where a lot of football coaches, they don't have them on their team. They're like, damn, if we can just get the basketball players. Well, a lot of times if you start winning games, they'll come.
They'll come for sure.
You field the dream, right? If you win, they'll come.
So they're having a quarterback battle right now. That's one of the open positions they have in the offense. But here's what's big: they returned 4 offensive linemen off a team that made it to the state finals. That's huge to return an offensive line. So I'm sure they're going to base a lot of stuff on the run game, right? When you're returning 4 offensive linemen, and your quarterback is going to be new, but you have 4 guys who got you all the way to the state final. I think that's going to be big. Defensively, they're in a 4-2-5. But they have to replace three guys who want to play college football on the defensive backfield. So they have some guys to replace.
Oh, I know you like a 4-2-5, Mesa.
You seem to think I like every defense. Every time
you like defense. You like them all.
I do like defense. But 4-2-5 means.
But I know. But hang on. I do know, and I mean this one. 33 is near and dear to your heart.
It is, yeah. That 3-3 I do like, and this is the way we played it. Anyway, I'm not going to go into this. So anyway. But a 4-2-5 means they're going to be good up front, right? That means they're going to have defense because to play a 4-man front, you've got to have some guys who can win. Just because you're not playing as many games, right? You kind of got 4 guys. I mean, you can bring pressure, but for the most part, you're already bringing 4. You bring a 5th. Now, that means you're probably in man coverage, maybe a little bit of zone behind it, leaving up some open zones. But for the most part, you're going to bring 4 a lot ahead of time, a lot of times. So schedule wise, I mean, what does it look like?
Yeah, so they got. Loudoun County, obviously within the conference, them, Woodgrove, Broad Run, and Parkview. Obviously because we know they went to the state final, so they were just dominating last year. They had a big win against Riverside week 1. Close game against Sharonda in week 2, 15-14. So that's one you got to watch out for. Millbrook, another close game, 28-21. Parkview, big win. Tuscarora, big win. They kind of went on a tear here. Broad Run, big win. Loudon Valley, they had that first time was a big win. The Jefferson game. Jefferson was a close loss. 1 point, 35-34. Woodgrove, 1 point game, 21-20. That'll be a fun rematch, buddy. Heritage, big win, 35-0. They played Heritage a week later. That's always a weird one, right? The old rematch a week later from the playoffs.
Yeah.
How do you approach that? Like, do you definitely hold back, right? Depending on how important that game is to your seeding and stuff.
But that's if you know, right? That's if you know that
that's true. You're right. You might not even know. You're right.
You don't know. You don't know how that's going to play out. I mean, you might have an idea, but
well, Heritage, someone knew something because the 35-0 in the last game of the season, and then they snuck by 14-13 in the rematch. So somebody was playing games, right?
Right.
Loudon Valley, they had that game. We talked about that earlier. They won 28-14 in a heck of a game, the Battle of Loudon. And then they beat Lafayette 25. They were the cardiac kids, weren't they?
Yeah.
They beat Lafayette 25-23, and then the loss to Varina in the state, which is nothing to be ashamed of to lose to Varina.
Yeah.
So we could see another little rematch between them and Loudon Valley, buddy.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, you never know.
Big game. Yeah.
Now I do know that there's a team that might have something to say about that. And let's get to Woodgrove.
Yeah. So Mike Skinner is coming in.
The Hall of Fame Skinner.
Offensive coordinator there is Daniel Smith. The defensive coordinator is Coach Gargan, and their special team coordinator is Coach Rochuk. They have they're returning 7 on offense and 6 on defense. 13 returners is a big number to have. Some of the best guys that have come back are Grant Smith, who was an all-region left tackle. Chase Seek, defensive tackle. Sophomore quarterback Colton Dabkowski. Am I saying that right? Dabkowski?
Yeah.
Joey Ridolfi at running back, Dylan Donnelly, wide receiver quarterback, who was also all region, Colton Tokarczyk, all region wide receiver, Eli Robinson at center, and Hudson Japelli, who was a tight end linebacker. Some of the guys they have coming on. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. You know, we are. I mean, they're loaded. You know, we watched them. I watched some of the Robinson scrimmage.
Yeah.
And I talked to some people who were there. I talked to and they couldn't Mason. They couldn't rave enough about this Woodgrove team.
Yeah, I mean,
I talked to several people, Robinson people, Robinson parents, Robinson fans, Robinson, people that were there rooting for the other team, and they walked away saying Woodgrove is an impressive squad.
Yeah, that's high praise from that staff, right? For those people,
yes.
They've seen some good football.
Yeah.
Offensively, they think their skill guys are going to be their biggest strengths on the team. Linebacker and secondary, I think they're replacing some back there as well. Is where they're going to need to kind of evaluate and see where they're at as well. But it sounds like against Robinson that was not a problem.
No, they got guys everywhere. Obviously, if Carl was here, Carl will talk about a bunch of their guys. But they got they've got guys everywhere, man. They're loaded. They got skilled guys. They're linemen, enormous linemen. They got great athleticism everywhere. Obviously we know they got a Hall of Fame coach. This is a problem. This team's going to be a problem. We saw what they did too in that 21-20 game against a team that went to the state final.
Yeah.
And now they were young last year.
Well, the quarterback Dubkowski started as a freshman. Now
Carl's a huge fan of Dubkowski.
Yeah.
He's a huge fan of Donnelly. He's a huge fan. I mean, Carl. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Carl has the whole scouting report on these guys, and he loves them. I mean, we could go on and on. Looking at some of their games from last season, they've got they had Independence week 1, good game. We know Independence. I'm a big fan of Independence. They lost that one by a score. Beat John Champion, maybe one of the highest scoring games of the season, 70-49.
Wow.
I know, right?
Trying to match a good old Centerville Forest Park.
Yeah. They beat Eastern View, beat Tuscarora, lost to Stonebridge, team as we know. Big win against Parkview, big win against Heritage, big win against Broad Run. We said earlier the close loss to Loudoun County, the loss to Loudoun Valley. They played Tuscarora in round 1, beat up Tuscarora pretty good, and then obviously, like we said, the Loudoun Valley rematch, which they lost 31-21. So a year wiser, right? A year more experienced, a year stronger, right, in the weight room, with Coach Skinner there. Sky's the limit for these guys, Mason. They could be a major. Call them a sleeper, don't call them a sleeper, whatever, but they could be a major problem.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good football being played out in Loudon, huh?
Really good football with this whole new realignment and a couple of those Loudon teams coming to the Occoquan region. That's going to be a problem for some of those teams. We'll talk about that in the offseason.
Right.
All right, buddy. I think we just talked about a couple of them, so let's do it. And let's talk about the Big Kahuna. One of the Big Kahunas out in Loudon for a long time now. Let's talk Stonebridge.
So Coach Colton, who a friend of the show, was on the show. It's his third season coming back as a head coach. Last year they went 10-2. Their offensive coordinator is one Logan Paulson. Logan Paulson's offensive coordinator, and Kari Campbell.
Star-studded, Mesa. Star-studded.
And Kari Campbell is their defensive coordinator as well. They returned six starters on offense and 7 on defense. Some of the top guys that have come back are Caden Goldston, Keith Nolan, Shai Campbell, Justin O. We're big Justin O fans. We're big Justin O fans. Joey Maglio.
Justin O. I mean, he tore up that
Maglioka.
It was the Flint Hill.
Flint Hill. Yeah. Amir Anglin, Jace Rhodes, Brock Janaski, and Zane Hutchinson are some of the guys they have coming back. Anglin is one of the top candidates to be the quarterbacks this year. So Stonebridge is bringing back 13 starters on a 10-2 team, on a Stonebridge team, right? When you're Stonebridge, you're bringing back 13 starters. You're gonna be an issue, right?
Yeah. Let's get into this schedule because, as we know, well, first of all, the scrimmage they had, the first scrimmage was against LSA. And that's a big deal, Mason. That's a tough a competition to play for a public school.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we knew several people that were at the game, and they got back to us, and they said they said you wouldn't even know who the private school was. They said they played such an even game that Stonebridge was right there with them. Yeah. So Stonebridge, that's impressive.
They're a blue blood. They're well coached. They got a lot of athletes, right? They talk D1 guys all the time. So
they do. They really are a blue blood. So now they come into the regular season, just like last year. Man, that game against Madison last year, 7-0 ball game.
Yeah, what a game. What a game.
It'll be interesting to see what happens this year. I feel like Madison kind of graduated a lot of guys. Stonebridge bringing back a lot of guys.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That's definitely a game of the week contender right there, buddy.
Absolutely.
John Champ, a good old Louden rival in week 2. They beat them pretty good, 35-7. When we had Coach on the show, he told us we don't shy away from anyone. So they played Quince Orchard. They lost that one, but that's what he believes in. He believes in playing tough teams.
Yeah.
Beat Woodgrove pretty good. Beat Potomac Falls pretty good. Beat Light Ridge pretty good. Riverside, they won 76-0. They went on Mason, they went on a tear here. Look at this. So from the Woodgrove game on, and that was week 3 or week 4, buddy. They allowed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In 7 weeks, Mesa, they allowed 6 points.
Wow. That's impressive.
That's crazy. And if my math was better, I could add it up. But in those 7 weeks, they must have scored 200 points. That's insane.
That's impressive.
They went on like a 180 or almost 200 point to 6 scoring ratio.
Wow. That's really impressive.
That's got to be one of the best in the state.
Yeah.
That's got to be one of the best nationally. Wow, and especially in playing in a major area. They're not in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
So then they ended up regular season, John Champ in the rematch in the playoffs. They beat them 41-0. Beat Riverbend in a freaking great game, 20-19 in overtime. And then, as we know, the loss to Maury for all the marbles, right? 48-27.
Yeah, and no shame losing to Maury.
No shame at all. And a good game because Maury was pounding people.
Yeah.
So, man, Stonebridge is an issue. Coach Golson's doing great things over there. And they're going to continue to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, we move on. We're going to stay in Loudon. We're going to talk about our good friends Briar Woods, buddy. Briar, another blue blood out there.
Yeah, so they're under DeAndre Burnett, who is coming into his second season. Last year they went 6-4 in the Potomac District. Their offensive coordinator, they have a new offensive coordinator, Mike Canny, who was formerly the receivers coach, and Burnett coordinates the defense and the special teams. They did bring on Michael Manley as their new defensive back coach. They have 6 returners on offense and 3 on defense. Some of the top returners they have is Jax McIntosh, who was a wide receiver DB, James Price, a running back linebacker, Nate Harris, O-line, D-line, Abe Cabali, O-line, D-line. And they think McIntosh is going to take on an even larger role than what he had last year. Some of the newcomers they have that they think are going to make an impact this year are Renard Parker, running back and DB, I believe, Camden Benson, the quarterback, Cole Carmichael at tight end. What they think Vincent maybe the leading candidate to run the quarterback, but still been undecided. It's probably at this point has been decided, but as of when we got the preview,
right.
Rather undecided.
Look at they're a tough team, physical team. They want to run the ball. They want to run a tough, quick passing game.
Yeah.
Again, and usually that's before everyone's physical, but they have the athletes to be physical on defense and bring a lot of pressure. That's what they want to do.
Yeah.
Working on interesting though, area to they really want to see better leaders. They want to see guys step up and be leaders.
Yeah.
They're
And
challenging the guys.
and with the new OC, right? I mean, is there going to be some different wrinkles? He was formerly on the offense, and is going to say the same. I mean, obviously they're going to see some changes as well.
Right, right. So yeah, just a really good team. And I say it. I mean, Briar Woods is one of those again traditional Loudon Nova powerhouses.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. Let's get to their schedule this season for Briar Woods. Briar Woods, like you said, they were 6-5, made the playoffs. 13-10 right out of the gates, broad run, a little Loudon rivalry there. Beat Brentsville 27-20. But these are all one-score games, Mesa. So, Independence, they had the loss there. Beat Herndon. That was a big game. We talked about that in the offseason. That was a big game. Beat Herndon. Beat John Champ by a score. Beat Freedom by a score. So they got to be ready to defend these games that were close wins last year.
Yeah.
And they got the talent to do it. They're bringing back some guys. Lost to Light Ridge. Beat Riverside 24-7. Lost Potomac Falls by 10. And then the big Stonebridge loss at the end of the season. And then the loss of John Champ in the playoffs. So, I mean, bringing back guys, well-coached team. Always a force in Loudon at Briar Woods. All right, man. Well, we are going to travel from Loudon. We're going to go all the way back. We're going to go to Arlington, my friend, and we're going to talk about Bishop O'Connell. We'll get to the private school portion of the preview show. Let's talk a little Bishop O'Connell, buddy.
Yeah. So Todd Sabatino is in his third season as a head coach at O'Connell. Last year they did not have this season. I'm sure that they were looking for. But that being said, Coach Sabatino's been really good. I mean, he's been really good about communicating with the show. And if he listens to this, we'd love to have him on. We'd love to have him on the show in the offseason. So make sure, I don't know if you can put a pin in it, maybe put a sticky note on his computer. Make sure to hit us up. We'd love to have him on and kind of talk about his program. We don't get to talk a lot about the especially the good old Catholic schools that are here, and it'd be fantastic to have him on. So if he's interested, to come on as well. The offensive coordinator for them is Jonathan Nieto. Coach Sabatino is the defensive coordinator. And
you love that. I know you love a head coach who does defense.
I do, because that's a rare thing. And special corner is Tom Reagan. They're returning 7 starters on offense and 5 on defense. Ryan Turpin returning at quarterback, Nick Morris at running back, Jaden Campbell at linebacker, Caden Alt, the O-line D-line, Keon Kaboli at wide receiver DB, and Xavier Reed at wide receiver DB, James Fatzinger at wide receiver, Jack Weber at strong safety, Pierce Hall at running back. And they really do think Weber, Morris, and Turpin are going to take on bigger roles this year. A bunch of new guys coming in. Jack Sikra, Connor Morrison, Santini Villanueva, Anthony Baines, DJ Van, Luo Roble, and Quinn Thomas are guys they have coming in as well. Some younger guys that they think are going to contribute to them are Doug Kelly, wide receiver junior Alex Clark, who I believe went to school with my daughter Grace.
Hey.
Scott Shaw, sophomore DBs Tim Robertson, Ethan Coleman, and junior safety Noah Jordan.
All right. Well, they got Ryan Turpin leading the way at quarterback right now, right?
Yeah.
And they got Nick Morris, Ryan Turpin, Jaden Campbell, James Fatzinger. But they're all fighting for jobs, right? That's the way. At the end of the day, everyone's fighting every day for a job.
Yeah.
Team identity and strengths, right? They're quick, speed, both sides of the ball. They're deep. I mean, you saw how many guys they brought in this offseason.
Yeah, I mean they're going to try to compete for a WCAC championship.
I think so too.
They think they can turn it around.
I mean, they got guys all over the place. They got a ton of speed, good coaching. That's the ingredients, buddy. That's the ingredients. Let's get to kind of some of their schedule from last year and see how things went and see where we can go. So this coming season, or last season rather, they had the WNL loss, big loss there. It's a tough team, man. WNL is always a good team.
Yeah, they're playing way up, right? I mean that's they're stepping above their weight class.
I like that. It's gonna make
them absolutely. And it's a good Arlington game, right? Good Arlington rivalry game, right?
That's right. That's the key.
Yeah.
St. Albans, big loss there, but then they rebounded with a nice win over St. Stephen, St. Agnes. Lost to Washington, lost to Landon, 2-score loss Potomac School. They were right there. Big win over Bishop Ireton, another little local rival. St. Mary's Riken's a good program. So they lost to St. Mary's Riken, they lost to Archbishop Carroll, they lost to PVI, and then they played St. Mary's Riken in the first round of the playoffs, and they lost that one. So, I mean, those are some tough teams in that,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But they got our guy returning quarterback and gives you a shot, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, they got talent over there, buddy. They got talent. So something to we'll be keeping an eye on that squad all year, and yeah, we'll be talking about some of these teams. I'm excited about it, Mason.
Yeah, and I agree.
All right, buddy. Well, and here we've come to the end of the road, my friend. End of the road, like Boys to Men once said. We got one more, and kind of the big kahuna here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, we're about to talk about St. James. You think about a team that, in year one, really impressive year one. I mean, they got put on the national spotlight out of the gates.
Oh yeah, I mean, going to 8-1. Coach Overton going 8-1 last season. This year they're going to have two varsity level teams. They're going to have a blue team and a gray team. The blue team will be independent, while the gray team will be in the East Coast Prep League. The offensive coordinator is Chris Davis. The defensive coordinator is Jeff Overton Sr.
Offensive coordinator Chris Davis, a friend of ours.
Oh yeah. And then the special coordinator is Baron Taylor.
Baron, friend of ours.
Yeah. They're returning 6 on offense and 6 on defense. And I'm gonna say these names, and these are names that are getting a ton of offers right now. Start off with Cash Carter, Eltonio Hicks, AJ Southard, Kelvin Taylor, Jeff Fulton, Kamani Bridge, Tyson Washington, Kamal Brown, Declan Lowry, Mason Clifford, Sean Tyler, and Braylon Bates. Some of the guys I expect to kind of step up into roles from guys they lost to huge programs. Big time colleges: Jameer Ross, King Williams, Camel Edwards, Caden Johnson, Zay Doyle, Kayvon Macbeth, and DJ Jarrett.
I mean, that's a mouthful. You just said a bunch of guys that are playing big time football next year.
Yeah. And
will be playing big time football.
And some of the guys that they're bringing in this year: Keenan Sullivan, Justin Booz, Wesley Flamer, Ian Ellis, Isaac Barkers, Dorian Smith, Stancil, Luke Baruli, Nick Galassi, CJ Davis, Jakari Graham, Cam Simmons, Ben Arroyo, Ralph Bonfo, Darren Williams, Armand Stevens, AJ Anderson, Daryl Givens, Kyle Davis, Charlie Agbogu, Jameer Thornton, and Vinny Hill are some of the guys they're bringing in.
And a couple of those names, Vinny Hill, we remember some of those names. Yeah, I mean, and you talked about Cash Carter earlier, right? I mean, we saw him last year, fun guy to watch. Brooks Randolph, Ethan Hood, you talked about them. Tyson Washington, right? He was so fun to watch. He was, we called him Tyreek Hill last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time he had the ball, it was a threat.
Now, offensively, they think that, or offensive defensively, they think the strength is. I know last year they were a little concerned, trying to get. We talk all the time. Offensive defensive linemen are just tough to come by, but this year they think it's going to be a piece of strength for them next year. Is the offensive and defensive line, and obviously I just read off a bunch of names, and how can you go wrong with some of the skill guys, running back, receiver, and tight end. Defensive back, especially corner and middle linebacker, are places that they're really going to have to kind of figure out. Where they're going to play at, just trying to make sure that they're ready to go. Now the one thing on offense, they're an RPO, and I think we've seen that a lot out of Coach Dio. We've seen kind of his offense, the way he kind of runs it. But they want to kind of lean on the run game and running through their power game. But they think that a lot of times that people really don't understand how diverse their offense are. And I think when you have Cash Carter on that offense, I think that it's going to be multifaceted. Defensively, they like to bring pressure, right? And again, we talked about that.
Oh, he loves, Coach Overton loves pressure.
Yeah, I mean, that 3-4 defense, right? He likes to come from angles. He likes to kind of disguise stuff. And that's kind of especially what he does, right? He likes aggressive, fly around the football, and just kind of bring the heat to the offense. Is what he likes to do.
I mean, you talk about the schools that these guys are committed to. I mean, just in general, I'm going to name a bunch of schools. They got committed to Rutgers, West Virginia, UConn, James Madison, UConn, Temple, Marshall, Maryland Tech, Northwestern. I mean, there's a reason why they're going to play the schedule that we're going to talk about right now.
Yeah.
Right. And it's the real deal. I want to quickly, and we did this in the offseason, but I do want to go kind of just remind context-wise where we were a year ago. And they had the big win early on, 67-0. I think that was in Puerto Rico, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And then I was at the Louden sports game. That's going to become quite the rivalry. We'll see. It was kind of heated.
That's their favorite.
Look, I'm going to say what it is. It was a heated 7-on-7 between them and LSA. We saw it. It spilled over to social media, Mason.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying anything that's not already known. It's becoming quite the rivalry here in Northern Virginia. Big rivalry. I can't wait. And who will edge it out this time? We'll see. Some are saying, I'm not saying, some are saying could be a toss-up. I'm not saying it. Others are saying it. Clarkson North, they had the big win there. Good County had the big win there. The Hunt School, that was a close game early, and they pulled away 30-14. The Hunt School is one of the ones where we looked at and we're like, oh man, that because they had a lot of good big time.
Yeah.
Hewlett Sports Academy won that one. First Academy, that was that one in
Florida, right?
One in Florida,
I believe so.
Or was it St. Thomas More? But both those games were freaking, nail biters.
Yeah.
I remember both those games, the 41-40 game against First Academy, and then the St. Thomas More one, 14-12. And then obviously the St. Francis Academy game, last game of the season, which is also going to be becoming a big rival. We're going to talk about that here in a second. They lost that one 35-0. Now, this year, and talk to Coach Overton, a couple changes from the original schedule. So I'm going to try and get it right here because the original schedule they had posted was from May. So they open up with is it Leahy? It's out in Salt Lake.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's what they open up with. Then they have Paramus Catholic in week 2. Week 3, Prestige Academy is what it was on the thing. So we'll see if that's right. That's the week 3 game, and that is home, Prestige Academy. Week 4, at home, Mount Zion. A little bit of local academy versus academy there. Week 5, Cardinal Ritter Prep. And that could be a tough game. And I think that's out in what? Is that Missouri?
They are in Missouri.
Missouri. All right. The Show Me State.
The Show Me State. There you go.
So they are going to the Show Me State, and they're going to show Cardinal Ritter Prep what's up. So they're going to go there. Then they have then it gets real, Mesa. It's already real, but it's going to get a lot more real. They're going to travel to Florida, and in the big one, they're going to play IMG Academy.
Who's currently ranked? Max Preps has them at 5.
If that game, if they're both undefeated at that point, or anywhere, even just ranked really in the top 25 in general, that is a monumental game.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Right. Then a week later, to back-to-back, Mesa is brutal. A week later, they're going to host, and I don't know if this has been said, but I talked to Coach Overton, and it was confirmed that game is going to be St. Francis Academy is going to play at Osborne.
Okay.
So they're going to play here in Prince William. Yeah, they're going to play Osborne, and that's a big deal. That's a really big deal to host that game. Again, another game that could be, that could have huge national ramifications.
Yeah, I agree.
A week afterward, after the dust settles from all that, they have the MU Sports Academy. Okay, October 16th. They're home with that for that. Then in the game that originally was going to be at Bishop Gorman, it's no longer Bishop Gorman. Is now
Saint Xavier.
Saint Xavier on the 23rd, and that's at Saint Xavier, which
In
is
Ohio.
It's in Ohio. Okay, good to know. And then the big rivalry, the Louden Sports Academy. Now they're traveling to Loudon because last year LSA came to St. James. This year St. James travels all the way out to Loudon, and they have the big game against LSA. And on Halloween, my friend.
Oh, okay.
On Halloween, they might show up wearing those, like, remember the dog masks the Eagles wore that one year?
Yes.
They could show up wearing masks for that one. I mean, it's Halloween. If you're going to ever wear a mask, that's the day to do it.
Yeah.
I might wear a Mark Davis blonde bowl haircut. I was thinking about that, putting on my Raider jacket and wearing a Mark Davis bowl. But yeah, that's going to be a fun one. Them and Louden Sports Academy, they're going to go at it. And I'm sure we'll see what Louden Sports Academy has to offer in that game. All right, buddy. That's it. We just went through it all, my friend.
We did.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yep. Thank you.
You survived the 2026 preseason. You get it.
Right.
Maybe we'll get a t-shirt that says, I survived 2026 preseason. All I got was a stupid t-shirt.
That'd be awesome. Someone send us that. No one's going to send us that.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
We did it, though. We did it. And there was a lot of schools in Nova to give previews on, and we try to do it and stay sane while doing it.
Yes. Next time we talk, we're going to be talking about previews. Actually, no, next time we see us, we're going to be looking at games on Friday night. But
yeah, hopefully people put it's up to the ADs, right? Hopefully they're putting those games, or they're flicking on the on button and or scheduling the games to be broadcast.
They did last year, so
there's different modes. One of the modes for that is you can mode it to show like after, but not live.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's another mode that you can schedule to show live, but then not show a rebroadcast. You don't catch it live, you don't get to catch it.
Little pile a la mode, huh?
I kind of like that. I think if I was a coach, I might do that one. Hey, families, watch it live if you want to watch it. Coaches, you're not going to be able to watch it. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, normally we do the predictions around this time of the show. We're not doing that here. This is kind of a little bit scattered, right, all over the county, all over the Virginia, all over Northern Virginia. We went all as far as Loudon, and then came all the way as far as east as Arlington.
Yep, all over the place.
Yeah, so we were all over the place. Yeah, buddy, good stuff, and can't wait to see everybody on Friday for the kind of preseason Friday night spotlight show.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
All right, well, let's do it. Dash and Dan, all Hitches. We'll see you on Friday night.
See ya.